from backstage. Mr. Johnson, can you put that slide up, please? Oh, not that one, Mr. Johnson, the other one.
And we play our favorite songs and we scream out all night long. We're like, ooh, oh, when it's just me and my girls. All the lights, turn them off. It's too loud in here to talk. I can't understand a word you say. Gotta sleep, let it stay. Karaoke in my bed, taking seconds down to we get crazy with it, we get stupid with it. We don't care when people stare and when we wobble with it. We get diva on it, we get queen bee on it. Yeah, we get Britney, Demi, One Direction, Bieber on it. And we play our favorite songs and we scream out all night long. We're like, oh, when it's just me and my girls. And we dance like no one's watching. We crack up, booty popping like, oh, when it's just me and my girls. My voice is gone, got my favorite PJs on. Sounds like the stone always do. You're all I need, there's nowhere I'd rather be than to have these crazy tunes with me. We get crazy with it, we get stupid with it. We don't care if people stare when we wobble with it. We get creepy on it, yeah! We One Direction, we get on it. We play our favorite songs and we scream out all night long. We're like, oh, when it's just me and my girls. And we dance like no one's watching. We crack up, booty popping like, ooh, oh, when it's just me and my girls. Watch me now, me and my girls, me and my girls, me and my girls, hey Bob. Me and my girls, me and my girls, me and my girls, hey Bob. Break it down now, break it down now, break it down now, break it down. Ooh, whoa. Break it down now, break it down now, break it down now, break it down. And we play our favorite songs and we scream out all night long. We're like, ooh, oh, when it's just me and my girls. And we dance like no one's watching. We crack up, booty popping like, oh, when it's just me and my girls. Watch me now.
Thank you, troublemakers. One last round of applause for them. I'm going to kind of take a few minutes tonight, and again, wow. First of all, wow, the talent. I'm going to take a few minutes and just kind of give an update of the year and what happened in the last year, and also what's coming up a little bit, and especially for our new board members. But I'm going to start with a quote from my good friend Jim Harbaugh. Okay, it's a quote I used at the beginning of our professional development this year, and Jim said after they won the national championship, "Who's got it better than us? Nobody." And what I mean by that is the students we have, the talents, whether it's in academics, whether it's in athletics, whether it's on the stage, whether it's in their club involvement, who does have it better than us? Whether it's our teachers, our incredible and dedicated, knowledgeable teachers and counselors, who does have it better than us? Our parents, the support we get from our school community, again, who does have it better than us? Our school board, our central office, who does have it better than us? And I personally need who has it better than me with the 5-6 people I have on side of me. Mr. Gordon, please stand. Miss Muhammad, Miss Aluya, and Miss Loomis. And then Mr. Samolsky, who's going to be going between a basketball game tonight, and Officer Brown, our A team. So again, who does have it better than us? And that's kind of the theme tonight I want you to think about, is sometimes, I said it last year at this board meeting, sometimes we take some of the things that happen at Northville High School for granted. This isn't normal. At the same time, we're always trying to improve, but it's not normal. On the slide up there, it says get better every day. But it's also up there, it says Mustang Pride, and that comes down to who has it better than us. So I'm going to give a quick overview tonight of what's new, what we're proud of, and then things we're working on. So first of all, what's new? Our IB 5-year review for both DP and MYP happened, and it was very successful. And I want to give a shout out to Dr. Davis, Dr. Brock, Ms. Muhammad, our MYP representative here, and everybody involved in that. So that went very well. We certainly have some things to improve on. We got to get better every day, but it went really, really well. Our work with AI to improve our instruction. I know Dr. Brock was with me, did some classroom visits today, and we saw some things with AI. It's here. We're trying to get better with it. We continue to get better with it, but it's here. District-wide Unified Champion Schools. Kelsey McKitchick, our directors in special ed, Beth Santer, J.D. Keefe, and a bunch of other people. Thank you to them. Mustang Mentors, Diana Seamus and Emily Aluya, and they're going to talk a little bit later on. Online state testing, and especially Janice Loomis and Crystal Muhammad and Kurt Runchi, what they do behind the scenes, along with a lot of our special education accommodation peeps. Our orchestra performing at the prestigious Michigan Music Conference in a few weeks. Tomorrow night at 7 o'clock on stage if you want to check that out. A little practice for them. 4 athletic state championship teams in 2024. That's a school history, happened in 1 year. Our continued efforts to improve our buildings and grounds through bond work. So those are some of the new things that are happening. What we continue to be proud of, first of all, it all starts with relationship building and the opportunities we provide our students. In academics, our graduation rate continues to be through the roof. Wide variety of course offerings, including AP, IB, but more importantly, Project Lead the Way of electives, support classes, online, and dual enrollment. Opportunities in 2 career tech centers, Livonia Tech Center and Livonia Career Tech Center and Ford Tech Center. Our Peer Links program, our state AP and IB scores are just outstanding. Always need improvement, but they're outstanding. In our fine and performing arts, state-recognized bands, choirs, and orchestra. Our incredible theater productions, including Mean Girls last spring, which I didn't get fired for, so that's a good thing. Our award-winning artwork, whether it's if you go downtown to the Northville Art House or our Scholastic Art Awards, so many good things there. Athletics, our athletic program was the program of the year, hence the Michigan Live Ultimate State Champs. 2 out of the last 3 years that happened, and we're in the lead this year. A percentage of student athletes participating in athletics. All-state academic student athletes and teams in our Mustang Leadership Council work. All important things. In our club areas, 150 plus student-led clubs and their achievements and the opportunities given to our students. Unified sports and uniquely unified combined with Peer Links and Inclusion Week, probably one of the most powerful environmental change, culture changes I've seen in my educational career. And then we go to other things. All District Inclusion Week that's coming up became all district. PBIS work, including building relationships and recognizing students and staff. Commitment to all and commitment to counseling. Thank you, board, for we have 9 counselors now in our building. Mental health, including therapy dogs, and wellness, that cell piece. So those are very, very important things. And that's just a quick overview of what's happening and what's going to happen at NHS. I'm going to go what we're working on in a minute here. But again, who does have it better than us? All right, so things, like I said, we have great pride in what we do, but we're always trying to get better at, and you can't really see that very well. The areas of focus, we first and foremost, we continue to be concerned about relationships first. And that includes our restorative practices. Restorative circles is in the front and center of that. Thank you for Dr. Weber for bringing that to us. Student and staff recognition and appreciation, we can never do enough of that, and we continue to work on that. Diverse and new opportunities for students. One of the most important things I think we do as a school is provide all the opportunities we do. We continue to work in the areas of MTSS, CEL, and PBIS. Certainly instructional practice we're always taking a look at. I already mentioned AI. One thing that I really try to work on every year and still need to get better at is student voice. And that goes from teachers, students first, but teachers and parents also. And I'll touch upon that in a minute here. And then our diversity, equity, inclusion work. All those things are things we're still trying to grow and will continue to try to grow. So I want to mention our Northville High School Principals Cabinet. And this is an activity we did, our principals did with them. And basically we call it a PI activity. And we stole it from somewhere. Anything good you steal from somewhere. But I put the PI into that, and that's the positives. And then the things that we need to work on that have impact, and that's where you get the PI from. But there's different categories up there, and I'm going to show you a sheet here. This is kind of the board. If you'll take a look at this later on if you want, but that's kind of the result of that one meeting we had with our cabinet. And we still don't meet with them enough, and we still don't get enough input. But tonight's board meeting, there's a lot of our agenda. Our big portion of tonight is our recognition. So Brian, can you play that little video up there, Mr. Johnson? Thank you, and big thank you to Mr. Johnson up there.
Good evening, Northville Public Schools Board of Education. My name is David Roden. I am a senior at Northville High School. I'm also fortunate to be involved in many activities at Northville High School, including being a member of Northville's Principals Cabinet. One of our main purposes of the Principal Cabinet is to give student voice to the decision makers at NHS and NPS. I know Mr. Koski wanted us to be at the meeting tonight, but there was a lot of stuff going on the agenda tonight. So I'm here to let you know that our Principals Cabinet is willing to come to another meeting if ever desired to chat from the students' viewpoint at Northville High School. Please let Mr. Koski and Dr. Weber know if that's something you guys want to do. And lastly, thank you for all you do for the students at NHS, and happy School Board Appreciation Month.
Again, board, that is a true invite. If that's something you want to do, you know, we do have a lot of recognition tonight, so we could have been here till 11 o'clock, and I don't know if we wanted to do that, but certainly take us up on that. That's a wonderful group. Obviously, David Roden, very comfortable on the stage. Looking forward to the spring musical with them. So let's see here where I'm at in my things here. Sorry. So again, thank you, board, for being here tonight with us. And like we said, it is Board Appreciation Month. We do have some gifts for you. I think there's a hat, a keychain, a shirt, our athletic department saying about getting better each day. And most importantly, there is a ornament made by our Ceramics 3 classroom. If I mentioned this last year at the board meeting, when I give a student family tour, there's 4 things I take a look at when we do that. When we take them on a tour, 4 things we talk about. First and foremost, we talk about academics, no doubt. That's what you have to talk about first. Second of all, we talk about our fine and performing arts. That's the second thing we talk about. Third thing we talk about is our athletics. And then the 4th thing we talk about are clubs. Even though we're probably only with you an hour tonight, you're going to get touched by each of those things. Performing arts, and fine arts, a song by our Troublemakers, wow, a piece of art for you. We have a club, our Aerospace Club, presenting later on. And then we also have our Mustang mentors, which is in that other category, a lot of things with academics. And of course, we have our athletic recognition tonight. So that's very intentional what we're doing tonight, hitting on all 4 of those categories. So again, I'm just going to end how I started. Man, I feel fortunate to be the principal, so fortunate to be the principal at Northville High School, because again, it doesn't get better than this. We're pretty lucky. So at this time, I believe Miss Aluya is coming up. She's going to give a brief outline of, she's going to talk about Mustang mentors and then also clubs, which she's in charge of.
Good evening, and thank you, board, for being here tonight. So I am going to present, actually, we're going to start with Diana Seamus, who is our high school social emotional learning counselor and my partner in this endeavor that we're taking on this year for our 9th graders.
Thank you. I am so excited to be partnering with Emily on this program. It is something we've been wanting to do for a long time, and it's great to finally get it launched and off the ground and running. When we conceived of this program, we really had about 3 reasons in mind as to why we felt it was very important to do it. Our first main reason, of course, is for the freshmen, right? We've noticed that we have this really amazing freshman orientation day. If you've ever been, it's so cool, it's so big, it's so supportive. We have these upperclassmen leaders who are providing this great environment for our freshmen to learn some school norms, to ask questions, and to start connecting with one another. So we have this really great kickoff to the year, but we didn't previously have any sort of follow-on support to that day to help our freshmen adjust to the high school. Additionally, we have data from our freshman exit survey, along with parent feedback and some anecdotal evidence that we've collected over the years that kind of shows that our freshmen are really seeking more academic and social support with this transition to NHS. So just to be clear, even though our middle schools are doing a great job of preparing our high schoolers when they get here as freshmen, they are still coming in very nervous, very stressed about academics, grades, classes, friendships, all the things, right? They're not sure how to be high school students yet, and they don't know what to expect over the next 4 years. Remember that they're coming from 2 different middle schools. So they want to feel more connected with their own classmates, but they also want these organic opportunities to meet and make new friends as well. And finally, they want to feel more connected to the high school itself. So our program aims to address some of these gaps by providing more awareness of what to expect, both academically and socially, in what we hopefully is a fun and supportive, caring environment for our freshmen. By providing resources for academic success as well as social emotional well-being, by providing organic opportunities to make new social connections, and by introducing all of our freshmen to at least one supportive upperclassman mentor. So the mentors are kind of the second reason that we really wanted to get this program going. This program has allowed us to create about 60-ish new leadership positions at the high school, including, I love this part, including some non-traditional student leaders who maybe have that great leadership potential but just haven't quite found their niche yet. These new positions have really allowed those leaders to kind of step forward and shine, and I tell you what, they are knocking it out of the park. As mentors, they get to serve as role models and build these meaningful, supportive relationships with 9th graders, and they receive leadership training and development skills that they're going to carry forward with them now for the rest of their lives. Our last main reason for developing this program is our school community. So numerous studies have shown that students who feel connected both to each other and to the school create an overall school culture that is more positive, more supportive, and more inclusive overall. And Emily will tell you how we aim to do that with our program.
So it just made sense with Diana being the social emotional counselor and being an expert in mental health, myself being the 9th grade assistant principal. We decided to put this together using the restorative practices that she and I have been fully trained in. So what we did is we decided to develop this Peer Links-like program that partners 10th to 12th grade students with a group of 9th graders based on their seminar, which is like their homeroom. And that is a group of kids that will travel together through their entire 4 years at Northville. So it's another opportunity to build those strong connections, to make friends, to meet new people, more connection makes a happier ninth grader in my book. So this program is a year-long program with multiple points of interactions between upperclassmen and the ninth grade students through quarterly small group meetings with larger events in between those meetings, such as the December we had a freshman-only movie night in the auditorium. We brought in popcorn and we watched a Disney movie. And tomorrow night we have Cocoa and Cram, which is a ninth grade only study session from 6 to 8 p.m. in the cafeteria. I've partnered with teachers and we've got some extra study materials. They're going to partner with National Honor Society and our mentors to just sit and get ready for their first round of exams, which is a big high stress point. So anything we can do to alleviate some of that stress. Our mentors, Mr. Kosky, if you can switch the slides. Our mentors, as Diana said, are upperclassmen who come from all different interests and backgrounds. We design and hold training sessions for our mentors based on the restorative practices foundations. We use circles to build our foundations and to build our leadership in our upperclassmen. Okay. Am I in the way? Better door than a window. We have a mixture of activities, mini lessons with high important high school events such as homecoming was one of the things that we talked about, how to deal with final exams. And during every single meeting, a communication about the importance of balance and stress management is talked about. And every meeting, kids get a takeaway, whether that was spirit beads during homecoming, stress relievers in our most recent one, or just a nice candy treat to start their day. This program has been amazingly funded by an NEF grant, hence the t-shirts that we're rocking tonight. Grant money supported through our central office administration, what I am so thankful for, as well as a PTSA grant to help with some of the consumables. We could not do this without all of the financial support that goes right back into our ninth grade student body, and we are forever thankful for providing us that funding to make the program take off, and we're going to build it even bigger and better for next year. I am very proud to introduce two of our amazing rock star mentors for you tonight. They're here tonight to tell you about, from their perspective, what this program is and its impact. So first, I'd like to introduce Sophie Walker, who is a senior at NHS, to talk about the trainings and activities done in the Mentors program.
Hi, my name is Sophie, and when we get together with our freshmen in the classrooms, we circle up like Miss Aaliyah said, and it kind of really helps us like be better bonded because we get to like see each other and everyone can hear each other, and it just creates a better atmosphere. And when we go around in these circles, we usually do have like some sort of like talking stick where we have like maybe like a squishy ball or something, and we'll pass it around in the circle, asking questions, and like each student gets a chance to respond. And then sometimes it can be questions about their interests, and then they find other students who share those similar interests, creating another like bond and relationship with them. So we do a bunch of activities in the time that we're allotted for during seminar. And one of these activities was like introducing yourself using prompts. So each of the students got a little M&M packet, and then whatever color you got from your M&Ms, there was a sheet that corresponded with the color with questions, and then you would talk with your partner and then answer questions together. And this kind of helped the freshmen get a little bit more comfortable with each other and, just get to know each other. And I thought this was a cute and fun activity because coming in as like 4 years ago when I was a freshman, I remember being very nervous and not knowing a lot of people except the people I came from middle school. So this is a really nice opportunity for these students to like meet together and have like a common teacher that they share. And I enjoy that I can like see these freshmen in the hallways and I can smile at them knowing that they have me to like look upon for any help.
Thank you, Sophie. Next up, I'd like to introduce Ben Zaremba to talk about his experience as a mentor and the impact on our ninth grade students.
Thank you all. And before I joined the Mustang Mentors program, I was sort of already a Mustang mentor for my freshman sister who just came to Northville High School. And so, recently I've been helping her with the finals week that's coming up and getting her study guides collected and all of that, and so is my mom. And so that's something we worked with our freshmen on in my session that I was in, was talking about finals week. And I remember when I was a freshman, finals week was probably the thing I had the most questions about. And I'm sure many of the students in here who, when you were freshmen, you had a lot of questions about what finals week was going to look like. And so we went over that, we talked about that. And so Ms. Luyak asked about the impact. I think the impact is a lot of people, I'm the oldest child in my family. And so I didn't have anybody really to look to. I don't have cousins who have gone to the school. Friends of our family, all the kids were younger than me. So it was really, I was the first one coming to Northville High School, really anybody I knew. So everything was a new experience. And I would have liked to have a mentor. And so what's nice for these kids, the impact is they get to have a mentor who is a junior or senior at the school, who has a lot of experience here, and who can give them advice. And so, you know, a lot of times for people, their mentor may be a father or mother, godmother, godfather, might be a brother or a sister. But for the students who don't have that, they have us to look to and to give advice to. And Ms. Luya mentioned our freshman orientation, and I'm on student congress, so I help out with that. And that's an amazing event. I really enjoy that, and I think our freshmen enjoy it. And there was a freshman there who came from out of district. I might have been from out of the United States. I can't remember, but he was certainly from out of district. And he didn't know anybody. And since then, we've become friends. We talk in the hallways. Every time I see him, we fist bump. I ask him, how's your day going? And he's since sort of acclimated to Northville High School. But it's those sort of relationships I think we're really looking for in this program. And it's wonderful we're able to do this, because for the kids who don't have that mentor, maybe someone such as myself or other kids, it's really a superb thing to have that. So I thank you all for being here tonight, and I thank our wonderful administration who have helped us with this program.
They are truly rock stars. A sincere thank you to Ms. Seamus, Sophie, and Ben, and all of the NHS mentors who are up in our picture right here for their time, dedication, and the hours that they are putting into making the mentorship lasting program at NHS. So thank you. I also have the privilege of overseeing our student clubs at Northville High School. This year, we have welcomed 150 unique student-led clubs in 3 major categories: Honor Society, competitive clubs such as DECA, HOSA, IASA, RoboStangs, and personal interest clubs. This year, we have the Crochet Club, the Pickleball Club, and the American Sign Language Club. This fall, we held our annual club fair in the Aux Gym, where 130-ish of our clubs were represented in a science fair style club fair. All students, every student, grade 9 through 12, were able to meet with club leadership, sign up to join these clubs, and to get information about the plethora of clubs we offer at NHS, as seen in some of the pictures on the board behind you. One of our incredibly impressive clubs is our Aerospace Club, led by Northville Physics and Project Lead the Way teacher, Miss Trish Krebs. I'd like to ask Ms. Krebs to come to the podium to talk about the incredible group of students she works with and the project they're working on that is truly out of this world.
Good evening. Again, I'm Trish Krebs, and I'm so proud of our 2 team leads. I've been the, I didn't know I was talking today. I've been the teacher advisor for the Aerospace Club for the last 4 years. We've seen some progressively impressive work building and launching rockets, and I'm really proud of these students. We're going to tell you all about our experience with the NASA Student Launch Project that we are working on.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Rayan.
I'm Naoki.
And we are the presidents of the Northville High School Aerospace Club. First of all, I would like to give a shout out to Mr. Koski for letting us actually present our club, and to Ms. Krebs and to the NEF for supporting us through our journey. First of all, a club description.
So we are a completely student-led club that mainly focuses on aerospace and aerospace engineering. Some of our activities, most of our activities focus on rocketry, as you can see from our rockets here and there and in the picture. And other than that, we also focus on helping students get their junior level 1 license, which allows them to fly bigger and I would say better rockets. And that you can see in the leftmost picture over there.
We also help the students learn about the engineering process, which is designing, building, iterating, and testing. And we love sharing our progress and our goals out to the world. As you can see there, we had a podcast with Mr. Weber, and we're doing this presentation to kind of get us out there. NASA SLI. So NASA SLI is a prestigious competition. It stands for Student Launch Initiative. It requires a team to qualify and place either top 10 in the American rocketry competition or top 5 in the Rockets for Schools competition. Fortunately for us, we placed third place in 2023 in Rockets for Schools and second place in 2022, which allowed us to participate in NASA SLI this year. I'm proud to say that we are the first and only high school Michigan team to actually qualify for this competition. And we are one of the 18 high school, middle school teams who are participating this year. NASA SLI is a competition that is designed to prepare our generation, which NASA is calling us the Artemis generation, to help prepare to get back to the moon.
So there's 2 basic goals to the SLI competition. The first one is an altitude goal, and the second one is a scientific payload. The first one is in this competition, you set a certain altitude goal that you want your rocket to go to, and the goal is to get as close to that target altitude as possible. The second one is a scientific or engineering payload, and for the high school and middle school division, it can be basically any science or engineering payload we want, but we decided to sort of be inspired by the Artemis capsule or the Orion capsule and create a payload that actually launches what's called STEM knots, which are basically representations of astronauts, and then we are going to be collecting a bunch of data and transmitting it back to a ground laptop. On the left-hand side there, you can see a exploded diagram of our payload. And in the middle there is our avionics, which actually handles all of our parachute deployment stuff. So it's going to be very active during launch. On top of that, we also have the design reviews, which are directed by NASA, and we have to meet a lot of requirements, including safety, designs, everything like that. And then after that, we have to consolidate that entire document into a presentation, which will be then presented to a NASA board, which critiques us. On top of that, we also have STEM engagement, where we actively go out to the high school and middle school classes and then actively participate in teaching those classes. So we are spreading STEM engagement, and that we also have a pipeline to our club.
We are about 60% done with our competition. It started in the summer where we had to write a technical report, and we have completed 3 out of the 5 major technical reports required for it. Each report is about 150 pages in length and takes a lot of effort. And I just wanted to thank everyone that helps us out. The NEF people are wonderful teacher advisors. We also completed a preliminary design review presentation in front of NASA engineers. And we have 2 more left before the end of the competition.
We've also launched our subscale rocket, which Rain is holding here, on December 7th. It is a 50% working scale model of our rocket to test what sort of performance it actually does instead of just relying on simulations. It went to about 2,000 feet and reached 250 miles per hour in 2 seconds. The next goal is to finish building our full-scale rocket, which you can see over there, which will go to about 4,000 feet and reach 400 miles per hour in 1.6 seconds. So that's about 17 Gs. On the left right there, you can see our subscale launch. So this is the actual rocket in the picture. And on the right side, you can see a mock-up of what our full-scale rocket is going to look like.
We would love for you guys to experience this with us. And if you would like to get updated on all of our progress, you are welcome to follow us on our social media pages. We have Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. And if you would like to learn more about our club in general, you can visit our website on nhsaerospace.github.io. Thank you.
Thank you.
Wow. Wow. That's all I have to say is wow. Thank you. So incredible stuff. Incredible stuff our students do, and that's just a flavor of our 150 student-led clubs. There's so many more, so many different areas. So we've talked a little bit about, performing arts. We've seen some of our performing arts and fine arts. We've talked about our clubs a little bit. We're now getting into our academic piece, which will take some time to recognize. Mr. Gordon's going to come up in a minute, but just for those that are here, I just want to go over some logistics first before Mr. Gordon comes up. For those that are being recognized tonight, for those Michigan Merit Scholars, your certificates are in the back. Make sure you grab those before you leave. Just out the door, they're on the table in the back for our National Merit Scholars, National Merit Scholars. And then for our IB personal project participants, your certificates are also in the back. Athletic recognition tonight, your coaches will have your certificates for you. And parents, there'll certainly be time for taking pictures after each group is up here. So at this time, Mr. Gordon's going to give us about a minute overview of academics, and we're going to have Ms. Muhammad come up and do some recognition.
Good evening, everyone. Thanks for coming. First, I'd like to welcome our new board members and say thank you to those who previously served. As Tony said earlier, NHS truly has something for everybody, and it's not normal, this stuff that our kids do. So try and stay with me as we go through some things pretty quickly. All right. Our enrollment as of today is 2,436 students, which is the top 10 in the state. Our 10th and 11th grades represent our largest class sizes with 643 and 638 students respectively. Our graduation rate the last 3 years has been above 98.4%, and last year's rate of 99.6% is phenomenal for a graduating class of over 600 students. We have 65, that number is correct, 65 National Merit Commended and semifinalist students. A lot of really, really, really good and talented high schools may not have any. Our 4-year SAT composite average is 1173, which is more than 200 points higher than the state average during that time. This year we have 23 International Baccalaureate Diploma candidates in this senior cohort. We also have 65 students participating in 23 different programming options at the William D. Ford Tech Center and our Livonia Career Tech Center. These programs include cybersecurity, firefighting, welding, and construction trades. We have over 20 general education intervention classes, including our learning consultant and study skills classes, plus 60 co-taught and resource sections. In this year's senior class, wait for this guys, 461 of 587 students are on track to graduate with a 3.0 or higher. That is 79.6% of our senior class, besting last year's group of 78.6. Last year, we had our highest number of AP exams taken with 873 students, taking 1,909 tests with a passing rate of 93%. Truly, what our kids do is truly remarkable with our staff and with our community. It's amazing. Last year, we had our largest IB diploma candidate cohort of 37 students, and they had a passing rate of over 85%. The 39 AP and IB classes we offer have 121 sections representing almost a fifth of our total class offerings. These stats do not include honors classes or online AP classes. This fall, we had 95 students take at least one dual enrollment college class, and we anticipate at least that many in the second semester. Also in the fall, we had over 570 online classes running through Michigan Virtual or Edgenuity, we anticipate second semester being that much or higher. So again, in this brief 2-minute overview, some of the amazing things academically that are happening here at NHS. Next up is Ms. Loomis to talk more about national merit.
Good evening. Could I have the National Merit Scholars who are here come up to the front, whether you're commended or the semifinalists? And I'm gonna have you grab one of these little orange sheets. They're gonna come right up here. I'm gonna give you some, just pass them. I'm gonna scooch down right in front of the wall. Yep. There you go.
Scoot down, wait till the middle. Yep. Keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going. Yep. Thank you.
When you have hardworking, determined students, as we've mentioned, supportive parents, committed teachers, and leaders all pulling together, the sky is the limit. As Mr. Gordon mentioned, we have 65 National Merit Scholars. Many schools have none or one or two, and they are celebrating. It's just incredible that we have 65. What does it mean to be a National Merit Scholar? How common is it? If you look up at the graphic up there, over 1.5 million juniors take the PSAT test every year. The blue section is what most kids score. The little green piece of pie there is the top 2% in the nation. That's our commended students. And the little orange tiny sliver there is the top 1% in the nation. And those are our semifinalists. Again, we have 65 commended and semifinalists, National Merit Scholars. So your achievement is just incredible, and we are so very, very proud of you. I would like to celebrate first before we get to know them a little bit. So congratulations. And to get an idea of who they are and their varied opportunities that these amazing students will be pursuing, if you want to just say your name, what school you're hoping to go to, and what area you're planning to study.
My name is Hanan Huang. I hope to attend University of Michigan, and in general, the area that I plan to study is mathematics.
I'm Ava Crozier. I'm undecided for my college, and I plan to study business.
Hi, my name is Ansh Shah. I hope to attend the University of Michigan, and I plan to study computer science.
Hi, my name is Pranavi Organti, and I'm currently undecided where I want to go, but I want to study business.
Hi, my name is Manya Gowda. I'm currently undecided on the school, but I'm planning on studying business or economics.
Hi, my name is Ritvik Alandula. I'm currently planning on going to the University of Pennsylvania and studying bioengineering with a minor in business.
Hi, I'm Naoki Matsumoto. I hope to go to the University of Michigan and study chemical engineering.
Hi, I'm Lane Meyer. I hope to go to the University of Michigan, and I'm looking to study engineering.
Hey, my name is Ikjot Sandhu. I'm planning to go to the University of Michigan and attend their Nuclear Engineering and Radiological Sciences program.
Hello, my name is David Fahim, and I and my college is currently undecided, but I am hoping to study data science.
Thank you so much. Congratulations. Next up is Miss Muhammad. Oh, sorry.
One quick thing, if there's any parents at this time, feel free. We're going to give you about 30 seconds here. Come on up, get a picture. Hopefully we got a nice background for you. Don't be bashful. The rest of our merit students are studying for their final exams already. Again, I just want to add what Ms. Loomis already said. I always tell this story. I was on the west side of the state as a principal for 10 years, I should say. 8 years as principal, 2 as assistant principal. In those 10 years, we had 2 commended students, and that was at a pretty darn good school. So again, this is incredible stuff. Don't take it for granted. Again, who has it better than us? Remember, guys, please pick up your certificates on your way out there in the back, okay? Thank you, and wow, excellent job.
Thank you. So we're going to talk about, I'm Crystal Muhammad, I'm one of the assistant principals, as well as the MYP head of schools here at Northville High School. So I want to talk to you guys tonight about our MYP personal project. So just to give you a little bit about MYP as well as our personal project, the personal project is a key component of the International Baccalaureate Middle Years program here at Northville High School. It's designed to empower our students to apply their learning in a meaningful and a personalized way. The culminating project usually takes place in the final year of the middle years program, which for our students is 10th grade, and it serves as a demonstration of their ability to engage in sustained and self-directed inquiry. More specifically, the middle years personal project is a unique opportunity for our students to pursue independently a topic of their choice, allowing them to learn and create something that truly matters to them. This project provides our students with the freedom to actually choose a subject of personal interest, develop new skills that are important to them, and then more importantly, bring action into our community. The personal project is designed to unleash our students' creativity and enable them to independently learn through this experience, leading to personal growth and a sense of accomplishment. Sherry Slater is our driving force behind the success of our middle years program personal project here at Northville High School. As the coordinator for the personal project, Sherry brings a wealth of experience and a deep understanding of the IB MYP philosophy. With a passion for cultivating independent thinking, Sherry has been instrumental in creating an environment where our students are inspired to explore their passions, embrace their challenges, and to turn their ideals into impactful projects. Ladies and gentlemen, esteemed members of the board, it's my pleasure to introduce Mrs. Sherry Slater, a dedicated educator and colleague who plays a pivotal role in nurturing our students' curiosity and guiding them through the transformative journey of the IB MYP personal project. Ms. Slater?
First, if we could have all the personal project students, if you're here tonight, please come forward, just like the National Merit students. So distinguished members of the Board of Education, it is my honor to present this exceptional group of students who have earned their IB middle years certificates. These young scholars have demonstrated remarkable creativity, initiative, and global awareness through their diverse projects. From learning new languages and cultural skills to creating impactful fundraisers for various causes, these students have shown commitment to personal growth and community service. Their projects span a wide range of interests, including photography, video game development, service dog training, chess promotion, cookbook creation, and architectural design. Some have focused on health and wellness initiatives, while others have embraced technology to create educational content or raise awareness for important social issues. Each student has pushed beyond their comfort zone, acquiring new skills and making meaningful contributions to our community and beyond. Their accomplishments reflect the core values of the IB program and serve as an inspiration to us all. And I would like to congratulate these students on receiving their NYP certificates tonight. Thank you. So we're going to ask each student to state their name and what their project was about. And so we'll go ahead and start.
My name is Amog, and I made a podcast that basically interviewed people from a bunch of like different career fields, like education, the healthcare industry, law enforcement, and many others. And I really appreciate this opportunity because it really helped me learn a lot more skills, like communication skills. It helped me become more responsible, learn like time management skills, and I think it really helped me grow as a person. So thank you.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Samaja Krishnan, and this project was an amazing experience for me. So I'm extremely passionate about music. I'm extremely passionate about filmography, and I just love meeting new people. So this project was an amazing experience for me. So I met with many local jazz musicians, and I talked to them about their life, their experiences. They were so many different backgrounds, different ages, from different states, and even different countries. And it was just a really nice experience for me to go and like talk with everyone, meet with them, engage in jam sessions with them, and then interview them about their life and then upload those videos to YouTube. So that was an amazing experience. Thank you so much for that.
Hello, my name is Connor Fang. I started a petition to end the federal 5-year waiting period for new green card holders to be on Medicaid. I did not reach my goal of 1,000 signatures, but still learned quite a lot. Had a really fun time.
Hi, my name is Rashab. For my project, I built and designed an entertainment center for my TV and gaming consoles. This was really fun because from a young age, I've really liked building things and designing things. And it was also a way for me to improve my time management skills because if I kept everything till the end, I never would have finished.
Hi, my name is Pedro Canado. My project essentially was creating a video game in the game engine called Unity. I learned how to program in a different language, various different time management skills, and just overall had a really fun time. And it really defined what I want to do for now on. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Shanze Ahmad, and my project was conducting research and an interview with my dad's head of the family, who's from the occupied region of Kashmir. And doing this, I was able to raise awareness in the community about the violent occupation. And as an extension, me and a group of students here at the school hosted and organized a fundraiser for Palestine and Lebanon with a similar issue going on, and were able to raise over $20,000 for humanitarian aid in both countries.
Hi, my name is Swara, and I spread awareness about cleft lip, and through the help of an organization called Smile Train, I was able to raise funds around $1,600 for cleft lip surgeries.
Hi, my name is Samantha Manam, and I raised awareness for the Hearts Company, which is a nonprofit which organizes and raises funds towards building schools and providing school materials to the less fortunate in Cambodia. I did this by arranging many different events and organizing a PSA to air through the school's announcements.
Hi, my name is Rishi Chaudhary, and I did a charity chess tournament hosted at the Northville Library, which welcomed chess players from not only just Northville, but all across the Metro Detroit area. And the funds from this tournament were used to promote women in chess.
Hi, my name is Saharsh Pandey, and in my NYP project, I made several videos on different flags from around the world. I conducted research, filmed, and edited and released all my videos on different countries' flags from around the world onto YouTube, and these videos covered what these flags were, and how they looked like, the history behind them, and the significance behind these flags. And alongside uploading these videos to the YouTube channel Flag Scholar, I also provided different teaching resources in with these videos, such as quizzes to help people who are trying to learn or teach others about these countries' flags. Thank you.
Thank you. So at this time, of course, I want to invite all families up for a photo opportunity to celebrate these students. Again, great job.
One more round of applause for our 2024 IBMYP personal project completers. Thank you, and very impressive. Thank you, guys. So we've talked about academics, of course. We've talked, given a little bit in the fine and performing arts. Did some things with our clubs. And the last thing we're going to end with tonight is athletic recognition. And before Mr. Samalski gets to the podium, I just want to say this. There is no athletic director, I always say this, in the land than Mr. Samalski. We win a lot of ball games, a lot of contests, but to him, more importantly, is the relationships that are built in our athletic department, and the integrity we do things within the athletic department. Sure, we love the wins. We certainly do. We love those wins. But more importantly, are developing fine young men and women that are student athletes and students first. So again, our regional, he hates this, our regional athletic director of the year, and in my region should mean the country, but our regional athletic director of the year, Mr. Samalski.
Thank you, Mr. Koski. I'd like to thank Dr. Weber and his team and the Board of Education for having us here tonight to honor and celebrate the athletic teams. It's really refreshing to work somewhere where the central office team and the board realize how important extracurriculars are and the impact that it has on the kids. So greatly appreciate it. Makes it coming to work. That's why I love coming every day. So we had an amazing fall. Every year I get up here, say it's not normal, and then they all do it again. So as of right now, I guess it is the normal. So this year we won 6 division championships, 6 conference championships, 1 district championship, 5 regional championships. We had 2 teams finish in the top 4, and then we had an amazing 3 state championships. And to put that just a little in perspective, there are schools out there that haven't won 3 in their school history. So to win 3 in one season and 4 in 2024, just absolutely amazing. And that credit goes to all our coaches, kids, families, parents, the district, for all the resources that they have and the great job they do. We also had 7 coaches of the year this fall. Something cool about this year that we haven't had in the past. Dave was one of our girls swim and dive coaches. He's an assistant, and he got assistant coach of the year. And Trish, another one of our assistants, she's our assistant for the girls golf team, also got assistant coach of the year. So that's very cool. And as Mr. Koski said, it's easy to get caught up in all the championships and the winning and all that good stuff. But really, there's so much more to what our student athletes and our coaches do. A couple examples. This fall, all of our team's average GPA for the year was 3.54. So all our fall teams together, they average at 3.54. 289 of our fall student athletes earned the KLA Scholar Athlete Award. And then just the community service that some of our teams do, just offhand, our boys cross country team cooks Thanksgiving meals for the community. Boys tennis and girls tennis did a thing where they had a family and they got presents for those families. So many other things. And then the highlight for me is seeing the relationships that our coaches are able to build with our student athletes and them coming back and seeing alumni come back and see their coaches and the impact they have on them. So we'll get started now. I will call up each individual team, coaches and student athletes, if you can come down when I call your team, and then parents, feel free to take a picture after each coach gives a brief overview of the year. And we'll go ahead and start off with girls cross country, MHSA regional champs, and finished 15th in the state.
Dr. Weber, members of the board, Mr. Koski, NHS administration, and Mr. Smolsky, thank you for hosting us this evening and supporting our high school athletics. Congrats as well to all the other impressive accolades from our other teams. I'm Coach Colin Riley, and I'm joined by assistant coaches Vicki Mitchell, Josh Morrissey, Emma Schreier, and our postseason team, Annabelle Beloyu, Mia Carson, Molly Kate Coates, Cassie Garcia, Rosie Gregory, Lucia LaChapelle, Colette Lozo, Elise Moore, and Zoa Mazhar. With 61 girls on roster, our 2024 team was the largest team in program history, and there was plenty to celebrate in 2024, from our 4th place finish at the Spartan Invite to our second 7 finishing second in Wayne County to our JV squad winning 5 JV invitational races. But what most impresses us coaches about the girls standing up here tonight is how they committed to navigating adversity together. The postseason mantra that they coined themselves was run with your hearts, run for each other. They began their postseason by finishing runner-up in the KLA Conference Championship, where Colette, Cassie, Annabelle, Mia, MK, Rosie, and Lucia all earned individual all-conference honors, and Zoha and Elise finished 2nd and 3rd in the JV race. They then went on to win their 12th regional title in program history, with Colette, Cassie, MK, and Annabelle earning all region honors. They culminated their season by finishing 15th in the Division I state meet, with Colette leading the way in 25th place, earning all state honors. Our team also gave back to their community by volunteering at a practice and a race with Girls on the Run, Thornton Creek, empowering and cultivating young female athletes' love of the sport. And our team also excelled in the classroom. 25 of the 61 girls were KLA Scholar athletes, 7 of whom are here tonight. Lucia, Colette, and MK also earned individual academic all-state honors. All 4 coaches are tremendously proud of these girls' accomplishments and their commitment to building something special in 2025. Thank you.
Pictures, anyone, any parents want to come down, take a quick picture? Nice job, guys. All right, up next is our girls swim and dive team. They were KLA division champs, conference champs, and they finished 3rd place in this state. So Coach Bennett's and some of his student athletes.
Thank you to everyone on the board, administration, Mr. Koski, Mr. Smolsky, for taking time out tonight to recognize all of the fantastic student athletes in the fall. I have been coaching here this is my 27th year. However, this is the first time I got to coach the girls team. And it was truly an honor to coach such a hard-working group of girls. We had a great success this year, winning our division, placing first at our conference meet, and then culminating with the third place finish at state meet. So very proud of our girls. Standing here that was able to make it tonight, Rachel Mowers, who was all-state in the 100 breaststroke, and Maya Hawkins, who as a freshman was all-state in the 200 IM and 100 breaststroke. And as a coach, I could not have asked for better senior leaders, Mia Bayer, Lucy Deller, that really led this team the entire way and put up with me in my first season here, and did a great job on our 200 medley relay at state meet. And just a huge congratulations to them. They do a great job in the community. They do a great job in the classroom, and they do a great job in the pool. And very proud of their efforts this year. We've got a great group coming back. We're looking forward to a great 2025. Thanks.
Come on down and grab a picture. All right. Great job, girls. All right, up next will be Coach Bob Young and the boys tennis team. Boys tennis team won the KLA Division and Conference. They're also MHSA regional champs, and they finished third in the state meet. Boys tennis.
All right, first of all, thank you. Thank you for honoring us. Thank you for being here and listening to our little story this year. One of the things about our team is last year we lost 6 of our top players, and our number one was a 3-time state champion who's now playing in Wisconsin. So we knew we were going to be up for some struggles this year. One of the things that we decided to do is to, way our tennis program works is we loaded up our doubles teams. And this year they were highly successful, and then we had, with losing all of our singles talents, we had 4 new guys that showed up to play in those roles. And we'll go through some numbers here in a second. But throughout the season, we ended up 15-2-3 in our dual matches. We ended up winning 3 tournaments, second in another, again, KLA Conference, regionals, third place in state tournament finish. One thing that I'm really proud of with this thing is, we talked about get better every day, but there's also another side of this that Mr. Samolsky has not mentioned, which states outwork everyone. I think this year with our team, this is one of the mottos. We had it posted on our tennis shed that we actually, really found out. Again, our doubles teams were super strong throughout the year. They ended up finishing the year with an overall record of 138-9, only 9 losses. Our one doubles team came in with a top seed and only 1 loss throughout the season. Our second doubles team, actually, I think 3 losses maybe on the year, came in not quite ranked at the top seed, but they ended up being a state tournament. Mr. Nick Carnani down there, raise your hand over there, we'll introduce you, was one of our 2 state champions. The other is Brian Zhang, who's not here today. Our number 3 team came up. They were regional runner-ups, or I'm sorry, state runner-ups, and our 4 doubles team ended up coming in undefeated. But where I think our real improvement out throughout the year was, again, starting with 4 new singles players. You go through and you look at our record. In the month of August, we were 13-15, I think. Month of September, we were 20-22 or 22-20. And then when we got to October, when everything mattered, our singles teams finally started to figure out, ended up going 25-8. And that's, of course, when all of our tournaments were. So we had a very successful tournament. And one of the things that I'm really proud of is we finished 3rd. I think if we had competed against the team that finished 2nd at the end of the season, I think we would have probably beat them. In the beginning of the season, we were 2-6 against them in a match, but in our state finals, we competed with them 3 times, and in 3-hour, 3-set matches, ended up beating them 2 out of the 3. So again, a huge improvement for our team. Special thanks to my coaching staff. So there's Coach Aaron, who's our JV runs our JV program, Coach Brenda, who's not here, who is my assistant, and then Mrs. Coach Dawes, who is our JV assistant. We also have representing, we have Dhruv, Mangani, Amog, Anderson, Michael, Nick, and Rohit from our team this year. So thank you very much.
All right, anyone come down and grab a picture if you want? There you go, sir. Hey, Bob. All right, up next, one of our state championship teams, girls golf, and Coach Schultz.
Good evening. Thank you. Happy Board of Education month, you guys. Thank you for all you guys have done as a counselor, as a coach, as a parent. I can't thank you enough for all you guys have done for Northville District and continue to do on a daily basis. So thank you for all your help. To Mr. Smolsky and Rosina, thank you for guiding me every year. I feel like a new coach because I always forget the paperwork I have to do because I only do it once a year. And for all the crazy requests we asked for, thank you. Truly couldn't do it without you. My administration, I work here at the Northville High School as a counselor, and my administration deals with my crazy schedule with golf and missing some days, and really supports me in trying to build the golf team. And when I took over, it was kind of on an emergency basis, I guess you could say. And they've worked with me to be able to do both things. So I appreciate that truly. My colleagues and family in the counseling office, I couldn't do it without them either. And unfortunately, my co-coach, Trish Murray, could not be here today. She has a sick dog, so all the dog lovers can empathize with that. But actually, it's funny, 22 years in last June, I was the state individual champion for Northville High School, and she was my coach. So 22 years ago, we kind of got to reminisce when we hugged on the 18th green this year. So it was quite special for these girls to kind of give us a memory that we'll never forget. So for some stats, we won every tournament we played, but the first one, we had some water issue on that tournament. We won conference championship by 63 strokes. Top 5 individuals were all my top 5 players here at Northville, which has never been done before. Freshman Mackenzie Stevens winning the individual title, and all 6 players were all conference. We won regionals by 39 strokes, all 5 players in the top 7, and freshman Cam Baker taking the individual title for her regional championship. We went on to win the state championship by 46 strokes, the 3rd biggest margin in MHSAA 100-year history, with our top 4 girls all tying for 8th place. Our team was selected for all academic all-state with a team GPA of 3.83 this year. 4 all-state selections. Freshman Cam Baker was all-state. Freshman Mackenzie Stephen was all-state. Senior Sonia Singhal was honorable mention all-state, and sophomore Naz Gill was honorable mention all-state. Seniors are eligible for academic all-state, and senior Sonia Singhal received academic all-state as well. My 2 captains I want to point out for their leadership abilities and keeping me and Coach Murray in check on the golf course as we drove around with Amelia Deeren, senior Amelia Deeren, and senior Sonia Singhal. Raise your hands. Get acknowledged. It was, I can't even describe the year we had. Every tournament, I was like, oh, this can't get better. This can't get better. And it did. This was team 3 for me, my 3rd season, and they came through Last year, I was hearing rumblings that I was going to get some good players, but you never know what you get until you see them on the golf course, and boy, did they come. They came, they conquered, and this team was determined to win, and our motto for the year was play Northville golf. Don't worry about what everyone else is doing. If we play Northville golf, we will do good. I'm going to go down the line. We have senior Avery Dressler, senior Sonia Singal, junior Serena Koo, junior Izzy Goforth, sophomore Fioretti, junior Linnea Rickert, senior Joyce Yee, freshman Cam Baker, junior Grace Bay, senior Amelia Darren, sophomore Sophia Gaudino. I can't see who's next. Oh, freshman Mackenzie Stevens and freshman Melina Felitos. Did I say that right, sweetie? I'm sorry. Okay. So thank you very much again for all your help, for all your dedication, and way to go, Stings. Good job.
Come on down and grab a picture. All right, congrats, girls. Oh, you're welcome. And if you ever go watch those guys play, they make it look super easy. So then I'll go out on the weekend and not that easy at all. All right, up next, boys cross country, MHSA state champs for 3 times in a row. So they are three-peat state champs, which is unbelievable. Coach Dalton.
First, thanks to the board and Dr. Weber for honoring our kids tonight. Dr. Weber, I hope you know your impact you have on kids from showing up before we left for camp, gave our kids a nice little speech, and it was funny talking with our seniors at the end of the year. One of them brought that up, so thank you. A quick overview of our season, 81 boys here at Northville High School on a cross-country team. I always like to spend a quick second telling you about the sport of cross-country. They run 3.1 miles, that's the sport. In a field, first one to finish across the finish line wins. But yeah, had an incredible season. We were 7-0 in our dual meets, beating Novi, Plymouth, Canton, Salem, Brighton, Howell, and Heartland. We were KLAA West Division champs for the 4th year in a row, conference champs for the 3rd year in a row, regional champs for the 4th year in a row, and as Mr. Smolsky said, state champions for the 3rd straight year. A couple notes about that state meet. Ethan Powell, Ethan, give the crowd a wave, please. He led the way for us. He was All-State for his 3rd straight year, was All-State as a sophomore, junior, and senior. His 5K time, 15:24, second fastest all-time at Northville High School. Again, 3.1 miles. Coach Peck here is a math teacher at sub 5-minute pace per mile, so truly incredible what Ethan's been able to do. He also holds our school record in the 2-mile and off to Michigan State in the fall, where he'll continue running and studying. Junior Ben Hardigan finished 9th for us at the state finals. He was All-State for the 2nd year in a row, and sophomore Brandon Cloud, who is not here tonight, was 10th. So 3 kids in the top 10 at the state finals, which is the best of the best. The motto of the night, who has it better than us? Not many, but it kept getting better for us that day. Our number 4 runner, Nick Barretto, finished in 25th. Top 30 are All-State, so we had 4 All-State athletes. But this is where it took a turn. We had our number 5 runner was in 15th place at the 3-mile mat. He was about 30 seconds away from the finish line, and he goes down. The video is pretty tough to watch. He stands up, goes down, he starts crawling, but he got himself to the finish line. But he finished in 83rd or something along those lines. He was a senior who wasn't a rock star, wasn't a superstar. He worked his tail off for everything he had. That was Ishan Kundapur. unable to be here tonight, but a cool moment I'll share on Ishan's story. At our banquet, our kids and Ethan, our all-state athletes, the other four, presented Ishan with their all-state medal, which was pretty touching. Again, us as coaches had nothing to do with it, but that speaks to the relationships that is in this program. In the classroom, impressive, 3.7 academic all-state team. And lastly, I can't thank our coaches enough. Coach Brown and my brother, Coach Jack Dalton, have been with us since the beginning, 12, 13 years ago. Coach Peck joined us 2 years ago, and it's been absolutely incredible. Could not do it, could not coach a group of 81 kids without them. So boys, congratulations. On the far left, we have senior David Fahim, senior Rithvik Alandula, junior Ryan Stojov, junior Ben Hardigan, senior Nick Barretto, and senior Ethan Powell. And again, Coach Peck, also a math teacher here. Congratulations.
Please come down and grab a picture. All right, thanks guys, and congratulations. All right, and then last up is our final state championship team this fall, girls volleyball, and Coach Lindstrom.
I make that same joke every year. I still show up. Hello, my name is Sarah Lindstrom. This is my 4th year as the varsity coach here at Northville. Just a little bit about this team standing in front of you. For the last 3 years, our varsity team has reached the MHSAA Final Four. Unfortunately, 2 of those years in 22 and 23 falling just short, finishing both 2nd and 3rd place, respectively. However, this season, led by captains Mallory Reck, Molly Reck, and Ella Craigs, this team set out with one mission, which was to make history. Our journey began in August when we found out that the reigning state champs and a very strong rival of ours, Mercy High School, was moved from the other side of the bracket into our region in our regional semifinals. I think a lot of people, especially when they spoke to me, said, well, that's so unfortunate because the state championship is going to be played the first week of November instead of the second to last. And instead of being deterred from this, these girls set out from the very beginning and decided that their team motto was going to be 175 schools, one dream, or one team. They set out to be the one team to hoist the largest trophy on the 100th year of the MHSAA's existence. These girls rallied together every year to become what we decided was November ready. It was written on our shirts and on our shoelaces. Having this singular goal brought everybody together. These 15 athletes collectively devoted countless hours to their craft, demonstrating hard work, grit, and undeniable talent. To my left, in that Mercy match, Skylar Martine, a junior starter for our team, tore her ACL. Well, we were down to what is argued one of the best volleyball teams in the history of the state of Michigan, Mercy. This team rallied around her to not only come back and beat that team, but to beat 5 ranked teams in the 7 matches that we played, beating Rockford in the finals for the 3rd time this season. They faced so much adversity this year, but they pushed through in all aspects. 5 of these young ladies were all conference for us. 5 of them were also all region. 4 of them earned all state honors. Giselle Burlingame, 3rd team. Mallory and Molly Reck, 2nd team, and Ella Craig's 1st team. Ella Craig's also earned this year State Champs Player of the Year, which was our first State Champs Player of the Year at Northville High School. This team had a historic season with a 41-2 record, bringing home the first state title in the history of volleyball at Northville, finishing ranked 13th in the country. Sorry, I'm an emotional person. And finally, this senior class is the winningest class in school history, boasting 185-14 record in the 4 years that they've played volleyball here. Our team was also all-state, all-academic with 2 seniors, Liza Koski and Brooke Feller, who were both individual, all-state, all-academic. I could go on and on about all of them. It's extraordinary accomplishment this team has made, but that doesn't go unnoted with the players in the past who have paved the way for all of these young ladies. Our team was comprised of sophomores Gabby Lavoie, Charlie Romeo, Aspen Harris, juniors Kate Byers, Kaylin Tuck, Ashton Swart, Giselle Burlingame, Peyton Lowe's, Skylar Martine, and Ella Chenoweth, and seniors Brooke Feller, Molly Reck, Mallory Reck, Ella Craigs, and Liza Koski. Congratulations, ladies, to making history.
All right, come on down. Get your pictures. All right, great job, girls. I will say that that Mercy Northville regional volleyball game that we actually hosted here in the gym, was one of the coolest athletic events that I've been able to attend. Super exciting, and like Sarah said, the adversity and grit they showed during that match was awesome. So super, super special. As Mr. Koski has said, who has it better than us? I'd really say nobody. And I think it's just important to understand it's special and not to take it for granted. It's just a privilege for me to just be part of what our coaches and our student athletes do, and I'm just glad to be part of it. So again, thank you for having us here tonight. Appreciate it and appreciate everything you do. And go Mustangs!
So just one quick last note, whether it's the students, our teachers, our coaches, our parents, our administration, we certainly, I mean, it is a world of possibilities. It's a tradition here, but at the same time, I think that sticker of our athletic department says it for our school: get better every day, and that's what we try to do. Incredible night tonight, incredible recognition, and again, we'll just say it one last time: nobody has it better than us. Thank you.
Brian. Oh, there we are. Thank you. I was just saying that really is always such an incredible honor to hear all the amazing academics, fine arts, extracurriculars, the sports. Truly, Northville is such an incredible high school. Wanted to offer the board the opportunity to make any comments, any reflections. Whoever would like to go first.
We're all looking. I'll just make a general comment about it is the game for now, but what I was struck with was the integrity and the grit and the determination and the love for your team, the collective relationships. I was moved by that, and those are qualities and experiences that will carry on for the rest of their lives. And I know that athletes in my family, those relationships never dim, and that they continue to keep track of each other through life. And it's an amazing network of support that is always there for you. So I'm moved by the success, but I'm also moved by the quality of the relationships and the strength, the character that is developed in our kids. It's wonderful. So congratulations to all the athletes.
And I would just like to say, having worked here at Northville High School as a counselor, Tony Koski, hands down, best administrator I've ever worked for in my 10 years in education. I was also very lucky to work with Jim Gordon and Crystal Muhammad and Janice Loomis for a brief time. Unfortunately, I didn't work with Emily, but I've heard wonderful things. These are some of the best administrators you could ever know, ever work for, ever entrust your kids with. Everything good that happens here really does start with them. So we should all be very lucky to have them and know them. So thank you for all the work that you do every day.
I would like to thank you as well. And I want to thank you for highlighting those 4 core areas. I know for me, this is like bittersweet as my son is a senior. And when we moved to Northville, we moved here for the schools. But when you have an elementary kid, I don't know about anybody else, but you don't think about your kid being a teenager, but it happens. And I feel so thankful that my kids have gotten the opportunity to come to this high school and all the opportunities that have been afforded them and all the dedicated staff that comes in every day and works their hardest in some very difficult situations. I also want to highlight how thankful I am that we were able to retain Officer Brown. I'm so glad that he is still here. And to all of our SROs who do amazing work every day. So I continually am so impressed by the high school students and what they bring and how willing they are to share their gifts and talents. You know, when we were looking at the aerospace club, a large part of their club was to build the club for the younger students. They're not even going to be here to witness that. But they are so passionate about what they're doing and they want to pay that forward. And that to me just highlighted how much they feel, and I think that the school develops that where they feel like part of the community. And speaking on that, the mentor program, I know that was kind of the beginning of the presentation, but that also I'm really excited about that and glad to see that. I mean, we could always, like Mr. Koski said, look for places to improve. And I think that's a wonderful new opportunity for kids coming in. And I'm interested to see next year, you know, what kind of feedback you get in terms of how successful that was and how those freshmen feel going forward. Probably by the time they're seniors, maybe they'll all want to be mentors themselves. You have one-to-one mentorship. So just thank you very much to all of you that are here tonight and all the staff that isn't and the students for sharing their talents with us tonight and bringing their gifts in every day.
You know, as someone with an 8th grader, I'm really excited that the mentorship program is in place for my daughter as she's, you know, gearing up to come here next year. And I think we should go ahead and take David up on his invitation to come to the board and present with the principal's cabinet. I think that I know that I would be really interested to hear what kinds of some examples of what they've brought up to you, Mr. Koski. I think that would be really amazing to hear. Yeah.
I would also like to thank you all. You're doing a wonderful job with all the students. I'm very impressed because I'm an optimist, so I always believe we can change the world, and I can see that these kids are going to change the world. And I do want to do a little story. We went to a PTA advocacy day last year, and one of the students struck me. We were meeting with the state representatives Colazar, Breen, and one of the students had mentioned how much he loves the Northville High School Unity Program, and he wants to bring that to every school in the state. And that happens to be one of the sons of our board members. You have created such special children. It's always struck me when he said that. So congratulations, Karen. Congratulations to all the Northville High School admin. It's wonderful to see these children. Thank you.
Yeah, huge thanks to the team. That what really struck me And I'm so proud to see this after, this is my second term. Really putting relationships first, right? It's hard to be a kid. It's hard to be a kid in Northville. We know there's so much outside influence. We know there's pressure that students feel. I'm so thrilled to hear about the Mustang mentors that to walk into this building and know that kids will find an older student that has experience and is a welcoming person to bring those kids into the fold. So it's a much easier transition. I have a 7th grader. I'm really excited for him to make that journey to Northville High School in a couple years. And in the community we hear, gosh, Northville High School is so big. It's so big. How do kids find their place? But to see all of these teams and the way that all of the grade levels are represented, to know that the troublemakers is also there's just so many opportunities. We mean it when we say it. We open up a world of possibilities for these kids. And I know this is a fraction of what actually happens every single day at Northville High School. So I just want to, I obviously can echo what my colleague said. Certainly the part that really stands out to me the most is those relationships that each and every day, that's how we have an incredible high school with all of these students who are achieving all of these accolades. And their families obviously support those relationships and make that possible too. And I also want to, I keep saying this seems to be my mantra for this year. We receive the minimum foundation allowance in the state of Michigan. So what the team does with the funds that are allocated to Northville Public Schools is truly phenomenal. So even though we don't get the highest financial support from the state, the way that the team really implements just an incredible opportunity for all of our kids. And then that passes on to the rest of us as well, really enriches our lives. That song that the girls sang for Troublemakers was so touching and just a really beautiful opportunity for us to have that magic here tonight. So thank you for starting with that. I don't know if there's anything that you wanted to say, Ron, but I'm just so impressed. And thank you, Mr. Koski. I agree with everything that everyone has said. We are so lucky to have you as the leader for this school.
Yeah, thank you very much, Mr. Koski and all the administration, counselors, parents, coaches, mentors, everyone that made this all possible. It was an incredible presentation from start to finish, but most importantly to all the students for bringing your passion for everything. And from the very start, with the troublemakers all the way to the end, listening to the stories of the kids persevering through the difficulties and still carrying on and having that positive attitude. That's really wonderful. It's what makes us great. And thank you very much. I'm so excited. I love to sing this.
Awesome. Job well done, team.
And I look down at that side down there, and all I say is, what Trustee Briggenmauer said is dead on. I've had the privilege to do this for 33 years, and I've never served beside a better high school team top to bottom than the one here. It's flat out true. For 5 people, 6 people with Brian, to run the 4th largest high school in the state of Michigan. I mean, the town I grew up in had 1,800 people total. And you do it in such a way of humor, grace, real courage. You face things just recently that most people would have their hard time getting their head around, and you do it. And it's more than beautiful. As Tony said, I was a high school principal for a district that borders us for 3 years. We had 0 national merit semifinalists. This is not normal. I think Samalski laughed. Well, it kind of feels like it is now. But let's not get lulled into the fact we are living in serving in a very special moment. When you drive into the athletic complex, then you see that they have to add part to the board to add the state titles that our kids are earning. Stunning. And on the Mustang mentor piece, I would argue that's a piece of when people who sit up at a table like this, elected officials and people who choose to lead, understand and recognize it's never about us, it's about the people who are in our buildings and spaces. And when they come to you with a great idea, you say yes and get out of the way. And Mustang Mentors is a perfect example of that. So much love and respect for each of you. I'm incredibly grateful, and I know that this isn't lost on me, that when I am finished doing this work and look back, I will know how incredibly special and cherished this moment in these years together with each of you. So much love. Thank you all. I'm very grateful. And I was terrified that rocket was going to fall over and hit Megan because it was like massive. And then I had to look up how far 4,000 feet was. Had to Google search it because I'm not really good with that stuff. That's 3/4 of a mile. They're sending stuff up. These are high school kids who didn't know anything about rockets a year ago. They just went after it. Somebody said that. They wanted to see what they could do and pass on, and look what they've learned. NASA. Got NASA hanging out with their kids. Wow. So thank you, sincerely. And I hope you guys each have a really great night. Thanks.
Thank you. Okay. Next up, I think we have superintendent's report.
Well, and I believe, Madam President, I'm going to kick it back to you for a little bit of A to the B to the C to the D awards.
Okay. All right. Let me get that. I don't have my little sheet that we've all agreed to.
Oh.
Speak about which. Is it up there?
Yes, I'm
Okay,
going first.
Okay.
So,
All right. Go ahead, Ms. Meyer.
okay, so I have to be honest, I could have taken every person on this list. And I also thought about writing many of my own, but like Mr. Koski said, I think it was Mr. Koski or Mr. Shmolsky, like we don't want to be here past 11. There's just so many wonderful staff, and I know some have been recognized before, and I just want to say thank you to all of them. Right now, this is an opportunity for us to lift up people who have been nominated by other staff, their colleagues, or by families, students, and parents. And this particular individual, Ms. Ritter, that I'm going to read about, who is a resource room teacher here, she was nominated by 7 people.
Hey.
The first one was by a student that says she has a special way of making us students feel smart and capable, no matter what our challenges are. Mrs. Ritter never gives up on us, and she patiently works with us until we fully understand the material, taking the time to explain things in a different way until it clicks. Knowing that I have someone in my corner like her has given me the strength to keep pushing through. Mrs. Ritter's dedication to her students and her ability to truly connect with us has made her more than just a teacher. A parent says Jessica takes the time to listen to problems, concerns, and adapts her teaching methods to cater to their individual needs, ensuring that each student in the resource room feels smart and empowered. A grandmother, I don't think I've ever read one that was nominated by a grandmother. I love this. She goes above and beyond to make her classroom a fun place to learn where everyone feels included. Her kindness and patience helps kids feel comfortable and excited to learn. And another grandparent said, I have had the pleasure of watching my granddaughter thrive under the teaching and guidance of Mrs. Ritter. A parent says, it is so obvious that she sincerely cares about her students, not only their academic progress, but also their social development. And Anne, I don't know if this is all the same family or just a bunch of different families that are just in love with this. I love this. And Anne says she takes the time to understand each student as a whole person, creating an environment where they feel valued and supported. Excuse me, her open door policy ensures that everyone knows they have a safe place to turn to. And the parent says she understands that each child is a unique individual deserving of attention and care that addresses their emotional, social, and academic needs. Her holistic approach fosters a nurturing environment where students thrive. She recognizes that education is not merely about academics, but also about cultivating resilience, confidence, and a sense of belonging. And if you'll excuse me, Mrs. Ritter, I just went back to work myself as a middle school resource room teacher, and if I could, this is what I would love to have my students and families feel like when they leave my classroom. So it was just very inspirational to read how much an impact that you've had on families here. So thank you.
Is Miss Ritter up there with us? Come on down. We're going to picture. It's photo op time. If you want to bring your fan club down with you as well, have at it. Come on down. Let's see here, Miss Peck. You want to get her maybe in front of the podium with the Mustang logo?
Is there a place where, is there like an X where we're supposed to stand?
No X tonight because let me see. We could. I think it's all the way in the back, but for sure they're going to see that right over there. Thank you.
Okay, excuse me for that. I promise to do a better job doing this next one. I also was very excited. This is Mr. Sexton, and I have to say that my kids have both taken virtual classes, and I always say over communicate. I mean, this person, he's an amazing communicator. If we don't want to lose him to this, but if he wanted to teach how to communicate 101, he could make lots of money because I am so impressed with Mr. Sexton, and he was nominated by a student and a parent. The student says, caring for each student and making a great learning environment, an overall excellent teacher. And the parent says, Mr. Sexton is the epitome of going above and beyond his role as an educator. He is a very thorough communicator, and it was clear from the beginning of the year that the parent-teacher-student relationship is important to him. My son was out of school for a couple weeks due to illness and travel. Mr. Sexton emailed us multiple times to see if he was okay, to tell him he is missed, and to ensure that he knew he would be ready to support him upon return. So thank you very much, Mr. Sexton.
If you ever see him on a Friday night at a football game, you'll also see he communicates very well with his hands. He's got all these different signals and signs. Very gifted at that. One, I thought he was disco dancing one night, and I'm like, my guy. But no, he was calling a play that stuffed somebody. It was pretty sweet.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
So I have the pleasure of celebrating one of our resource room teachers here at NHS, Mrs. Megan Coots. Mrs. Coots was nominated by 2 letters from 2 parents. The first parent wrote, Mrs. Coots is an exceptional special ed support teacher for my son. It brings tears to my eyes to have teachers that go above and beyond expectations in every way. Northville High School has been such a blessing to our family and to our son, even if he doesn't realize it yet. The second parent wrote, this semester has been particularly tough, but Mrs. Coots' unwavering care and support have got us both through. It's not easy sending an anxious child to school, but I'm reassured that Mrs. Coots truly acts in loco parentis and cares for my child's social emotional well-being as well as academic success. She encourages my daughter's independence and boosts her confidence to take on challenges and provides just the right level of support for her to feel the success she deserves. She makes a very large school feel a lot smaller for my daughter, and for that, I'm eternally grateful. Thank you very much, Mrs. Coots.
Celebration.
Congratulations.
Oh.
I'm next up. I have the honor of recognizing Mr. Shelby Graber from the Social Studies Department. Is Mr. Graber here? I don't see him out there, but just want to make sure before I go ahead. I had a brief opportunity to work with Mr. Graber in a couple different instances, and he is certainly wonderful, and so wonderful that 2 students nominated him, which I think is one of the highest honors you can ever get when it's your own students who wish to recognize you. And one student said, he always made class interesting by talking about politics in the election and civics class and always making jokes. He would answer questions during times and was very helpful. Another student said, Mr. Graber goes above and beyond by making his lessons interesting and relevant while recognizing and celebrating hard work instead of brushing past it. His thoughtful praise motivates students and creates a supportive, inspiring environment. So congratulations, Mr. Graber, for all of this recognition from your students, and keep up the good work.
Lastly, I'm happy to be able to lift up Miss Stacy Katikos, the English teacher here at NHS, and she was nominated by a student and a parent. The student wrote, "This staff member went above and beyond to make me and other students feel at home in her classroom. The room is a safe space where kids of all different writing levels can ask genuine questions and receive high-quality feedback on any and all problems they have. Everything she does is for us, to get us to excel, and we are a team that is against the AP exam, not a single individual against the class or the teacher. The compassion that I have seen from this teacher has gone unmatched by any teacher I have previously had the pleasure of being taught by." And the parent wrote in, "She has a unique way of getting everyone engaged in all areas of the school. Her ability to draw in kids into the charity events in her seminar class and get them to have fun helping others is quite remarkable. She is fun, she is relatable, and the kids are better versions of themselves from being in her class." And on a personal note, I haven't had any kids in Ms. Katiko's class, but I did get a chance to know her this year a little bit. And what I have seen has been the same thing in these letters. Her passion for making sure every student is supported and feels safe in their learning space is what I've taken away from that. And thank you, Mrs. Katikos, for everything you do here. Oh, there's a side over there.
Now, while she's walking down here, I'll also make a personal note that as somebody who has a kid who is not an English, class kind of kid, he's more of the science guy. He is loving your class this year. And that's not a plug for a good grade or anything. You really make it fun. So it's awesome.
All right. Awesome. And thank you all. Stacy was one of the very first teachers I ever met in Northville. We have a shared interest in playing guitar and just chatting in there. And she said, "Oh, I know who you are. I did my student teaching at Novi." And hopefully, I know you have your little ones now, but you're picking up the axe on occasion and strumming away. And to everybody tonight, thank you for your love and what you give our kids. Exceptionally grateful. No need to stick around. I appreciate the ability to, but you're more than welcome to. And tonight is indeed School Board Appreciation Month, and I'm going to read a brief statement. And Leslie, then if you could maybe come up. The desk is filled with all sorts of stuff, and I would like Leslie to speak to a lot of that, as well as gifts from the high school. You'll also find gifts from our central office team for each of you. But I wrote this last week when we had 4 board members who took the oath, 3 brand new. I spoke about, I'm a social studies nerd, I can't help it, about the fact that people are really truly what make our communities. When we use amorphous terms like government or they or them, I think it cheapens the idea. And to my right, you're here, and here's just a little something I wrote for each of you. Our community public schools are truly centers of community. You see it tonight. You can go out to Kensington to a rowing regatta and see the black and orange there. You can come here and listen to the troublemakers. Our community comes together in our schools and around our schools. And our 7 Board of Education members chose to lead for the benefits of each of our kids. And I'll tell you, the more sunrises I see, the more I value people of action, people willing to do. Each of our 7 board members embody this simple yet paradoxically difficult notion. entering the space and offering your talents to help the community regardless of the taxing effort that it can be at times. And it comes with this gig, but you accepted it. Our Board of Education members are not paid. I know you'd think that all the nights and the time that somehow there's compensation there. There's not. Today I had the pleasure of, in the middle of the day, touring one of our buildings with two of our Board of Education members. And I need you to know that all 7 of them are out really curious and wanting to learn about what makes our schools tick and what they can do, and empathetically listening to staff members. For this, I can simply say thank you and mean it. Thanks for your action, like the hat. I would encourage everyone else who wants to wear a hat. I think Melissa's starting a trend there. But we also have Ms. Cardenas here from our PTSA and our president councils, and I think she would like to say a few words as well. And the mic should be working. Yeah, over here. Okay, let's make sure.
Hi, I'm Leslie Cardenas, and I'm the Vice President of the Northville High School PTSA and the President of the Northville Council of PTA, sorry. Last year I discussed the word gratitude. This year I chose the word dedication. I have the privilege to know you personally, and because of your dedication to our new Northville students, schools, and community, you have all given your time to help make a difference in some form or way. A dedicated person is consistent, focused, and willing to work hard to accomplish their goals. I believe a dedicated person has heart in so many ways. On behalf of the Northville Council of PTAs, representing our 10 school PTA units, we appreciate your dedicated heart, and our gifts to you represent the heart thing that we went with. So thank you, and you have gifts from all the PTAs. So thank you for what you do.
Thanks, Leslie.
Thank you very much.
So lots of stuff. Hope you brought extra bags and whatnot to bring it home with. And there's an importance in the story to all of this. One of the gifts that you'll see here is a book from Cook. And there were actually 3 PTSA meetings happening tonight across the district. Beth gave me a little bit of a story about the book and how a person in a position of true privilege and power made a very intentional choice to employ adult with disabilities and thrived, and the company thrived. I know, obviously, Karen, Melissa, you have very direct connections to students and helping them in what you do here at Living and Learning and so on. You know the truth the author of this book has, that every single person not only has value and worth, but can do things for this society and country and don't need to be discounted simply because they were born with something that makes them a touch different. So that's just one thing, but there's a ton of stuff out there. Leslie, thank you for coordinating all of this. I'm really grateful for that. And that's it. Thank you very much, Madam President.
Thank you. It's always kind of overwhelming, right, to look at all these gifts and feel just the appreciation from the community. So, I can only speak for myself, but to see this presentation with the high school and then receive this gratitude, so proud to be able to do this work, and I'm grateful for the support of the community to be able to support the kids and the staff and the families in the ways that we can. So appreciate also the tokens of gratitude. Any other comments from anybody on the board? All right, this is our first opportunity for public comment. I assume that was it. Dr. Weber, did you have anything else for the superintendent report?
No, ma'am. I believe it's a public comment, and then I think Ms. Stewart on number 10 there. Yeah.
I don't think we have any cards, so it doesn't look like we have any public commenters either. Okay, let's move ahead to our bid award. Ms. Stewart.
When Dr. Weber said everyone could leave, I said, well, they're not going to hear us bid on the paving projects.
It's time for the fun stuff. Right? All right.
We have a couple people who just come for the paving project. So it's a niche group, but they're paving groupies. And I that's just the way it is. No judgment.
All right. Well, I will bring forth motion number 72, that the board authorize the administration to award paving contracts as outlined in the January 10th, 2025 AUK construction memo in an amount not to exceed 800,000, hold on, 800. Oh gosh, I even practiced the number because it's like, I don't want to mess it up. $811,721 funded through Bond 2023 as presented.
Support. Okay. All right, I have a motion properly presented by Ms. Stewart and supported by Ms. Meyer. Can you tell us? Yeah, we'd love to hear more about the very exciting paving project.
We've got Mr.
Here we are.
Turn lanes.
So the people in the back can hear me, right? Yeah. I just want to start off with normally how we award contracts is that we bring it to a COW meeting first, review it with the COW, and then bring it to the board meeting for action. Just with the calendar, the start of the new board, it just wasn't going to work out. We wanted to get this project awarded, get the contractors under contract, and move forward with it. So I know one group that actually would be very excited about this contract award is the people at Transportation. This has been a project since, well, it's been a goal since I was got here in about 2018, is that the transportation facility and the pavements over there were in really bad shape. We didn't have all the money to do it in 2017. We did as much as we could with the passage of this bond. We did phase 2 last year for the drive from 8 Mile up to the transportation facility. And then this year we're finishing it from the last north half of the parking lot and then the drive up to TAF. So they are going to be very excited about this project. So I'm glad to be able to get this done this calendar year. So like I said, we normally would bring these, review them with the COW, answer any questions. I didn't know if the board had any questions tonight.
No, I mean, the backup you provided was pretty clear. Yeah.
Yep, always stellar. It looks like we went with kind of the midpoint bid, and
Yeah, there was the low bidder on the earthwork and site utilities bid. They actually asked to be excused from the bid because they made a mathematical error. So in this, in those kind of scenarios, and we'll see it throughout the bond process, that we're not always going to award to the lowest bid. There's an evaluation process. Sometimes the bidder says, "Oh, I made a mistake," and we don't want them to live with their mistake on our project. So we go to the next bidder, and sometimes we have to go to the third bidder. So there's a process we go through with the bond team to evaluate the bids after we receive them and prior to bringing them to you for approval.
thank you for that. Yeah, always appreciate all of the backup information and just all of the details are here. In the past, we also have been using a finance subcommittee as our way to kind of review some of these specs and some of the details. But with the 3 new board members, we really wanted to give everybody an opportunity to kind of get up to speed. So appreciate you coming and sharing with us tonight kind of how these bonds, or how the bid awards are structured and the bidding process and all of that. So, all right, anything else anybody wants to ask or be curious about? Or thank you so much, Mr. Banchero, for the great documentation and for this process and getting it started. That obviously it's very much needed.
Yeah. Well, success.
All right, well, let's go ahead and move forward with the vote. All in favor of approving this bid award? Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Anyone opposed? Okay, motion passes. All right, do we have any added agenda items, Ms. Irving? Okay, thank you. Second opportunity for public comment. Anybody? Okay. Any questions or comments from board members?
I would like to take advantage of the opportunity to personally thank Mr. Steve Banchero for the work that's been done to enable students at Ammerman to get safely into the building via the loop while active construction is going on that property. And I mentioned it, I think, at the last board meeting, but I'd like to be able to just make it a personal compliment. Not only you, but AUK was on site, our SRO, Officer Lindbergh was on site, and President Caudill had her leadership on site, and that we really did smooth out the loop process, and everybody got safely into their classrooms. And it was proactive, and all hands were on deck, and I really appreciate that. And in fact, in the middle of the cold, and it's very cold out there, ACA's out there repainting the landlines or the lane lines, and there were facility people were salting the ice because we had a little bit of an ice problem, and so there were a lot of people involved in making that work for that building. It's just classically typical of the operations under your management, but I wanted to say publicly thank you.
Amazing.
I just wanted to mention that I had mentioned at our last meeting that as the Wayne County Associated School Boards liaison, that they did a panel with new school board members. And I reached out to Dr. Colbert, who's the superintendent of Wayne Risa, about the schedule for us. And they don't have a calendar yet. They're having a executive director meeting for the executive board of the School Board Association, I believe next week or the end of this week, and she said she would get it to me. So I just wanted to let everyone know that once I get that information, those dates, and if there is a new board panel, I'll let you know about that information and pay it forward. And if the three of you want to go, I don't need to go because I've been, and I don't want to, then you can go and it won't be a quorum. The other thing I wanted to highlight that I know we talked about earlier in the meeting was the Northville Youth Network's report. I just wanted to highlight a couple things. First thing I want to highlight is the amazing job they do coordinating with other entities that we have around, outside or even our own county. This time they highlighted the Art House, and they had programs for kids that were 5 to 8 and utilizing a lot of the people that work there having an art therapy background. I just think that's really wonderful. They seem to find every kind of resource they can to help our kids, and I just thought that was really wonderful. But on the same token, they had 195 referrals in 2024, and that was from police, our schools, and from parents. I just want to highlight that the mental health of our children continues to be an issue, and I was thinking to myself, that's for people who utilize the services, and we're very glad that they did, and we want them to. But we know that many families handle this privately as well. So I don't think it's a true reflective number of our students who are grappling with mental health issues. And I'm very continually, and I know we say this a lot, I'm continually thankful that we have them and their resources and the support and all the work that goes into it and all the other entities that coordinate with them to get services for our students. But definitely the work is not done here, and I appreciate the fact that we get the monthly reminder that we need to highlight that mental health issue.
Appreciate that for sure. Absolutely. Yeah, thank you for bringing that up. I think also it's worth noting that there's so many resources also available through the high school, right? That we're doing the Mustang Mentors. We've got 9 counselors that the school district is also doing, and a really important job of providing that support, that early intervention when possible. So yeah, I'm so happy that Northville is looking at each child, every child, the whole child. And so.
Right, yeah, we're very fortunate to have Diana Seamus, our SEL counselor, to be able to, get programs like that going for the mentorship. So you're correct, yes. Thank you for bringing that up.
Yeah. Any other questions or comments from the board? I wanted to highlight, I did get to go to the NEF meeting last week, and I was so thrilled that as a board, as a community, we've been talking a lot about unified programming. And I was really excited to hear that they are also focusing on all children, all students, that they're really expanding their focus and how they share what they do as a group effort, as NEF, as they're looking for donors, as they're looking to build the way that they support our students. So to me, that seemed like an expansion of maybe how they were originally describing their efforts. So really excited to see that kind of a growing direction, I suppose, widening the scope, that it seems like maybe there's been some belief in the community that NEF only supports, the the most academically high achieving students. But I think it's really worth noting that they're really hoping to direct their energy and their efforts to all students. And so that's a huge win for all of us. So that brings another reminder of February 1st is parent camp. And then Night for Northville, they announced, will be March 1st. So mark your calendars. Those are both really great events. That's my contribution from the NEF liaison role. All right. I think that's it. All right. Well, let's call the meeting adjourned at 8:47.
Thank you.
Thanks. Great night.
So don't we just?
Some of them